All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. I appreciate you guys for understanding that. Understanding that we are in doing this thing live. So, in doing this thing live, it really kind of puts me in a situation sometimes where I have to embarrass myself just a little bit. But it is definitely going to be worth it. This is going to be a great conversation. As many of you know, I am from, like the hat says, the '90s R&B generation, aka the golden era, aka fresh as I'm is, or we is anybody from the '90s. And I love a singing ass individual, especially one who has a great heart, a great spirit, a great mind. I have worked with him in the past. I know he's like, you know what? I had to do something for him a couple days ago. And it took a minute for me to get it done because I'm busy trying to figure out how to do these lives and how to sell shows to networks and how to do all kind of other stuff. But I owe this brother so much respect and so much love because he always comes through like he did tonight in a clutch. And I want to come through for him. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce you to my brother. He is a singer, he is a radio host. He's one of the funniest people I know. We have done plays together and had so much fun on the road. He can be seen in Soul Kings Cabaret. Look, so many other things, but the brother just comes through on every level. Let me give you a sample of what this soul big old sexy '90s R&B soul looking like. Bam! There he go. There he go, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Dave Tolliver from the 1990s R&B group Men at Large. He is off the chain. Vocally, he is one of the coolest, funniest, most genuine brothers that I know. This is Dave from Men at Large. What up, Dave?
What's happening then? What's goody? What's goody?
What's good in your world, son? I ain't seen you in a month of Sundays. What's going on?
I mean, you so big. I've been trying to see you, trying to talk to you, but you know how it go. Us underlings. We don't get to talk to the network
Did you
stars.
just say
You,
underlings?
yeah,
What did you
you and
say?
Monifa. It's hard to get with y'all. And then Johnny too. Now it's hard to get with y'all now. But I'm over here chilling. I'm quarantined with the family. I'm on live, man. I've been on live. Everybody else just kind of like catching up to what we doing over here. Man, I'm
You
staying
said
out the
you've
way,
been on
even if they. Oh,
live.
I've
What you
been
talking about?
doing live. I've been doing
Oh,
lives,
so what you
man.
saying? I'm
You been
old or
you
I'm
been
late?
no, no, you was doing them too before all this stuff happened. I
I was
remember
about
you
to say,
doing
honey,
stuff.
because Divas and Cocktails goes back to what,
Yeah,
2012? That's the original cocktail show. It's a
yeah,
lot of
I was
cocktail
on
shows
it.
showing up, but that was the one that, started the trend of the
Yeah,
cocktail thing.
I was on that too. I was on that show too. We talked on that one
Is
too. But
That's
I'm
right.
saying, it's, a lot of these cats are they used to turn their nose up. Man, I ain't doing that. And I'm saying now you're forced to do this in light of this quarantine situation to keep your fans engaged, and you got it. And in most cases, you're doing it for free.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. Well, and
yeah,
you know what? It's all relative for free. Like you get something from it. Like you may
yeah,
not
you
get a
do.
check at the end of the week or the end of the month or even the end of the year. But every opportunity that you have, especially as a person in our industry who really
What
relies on public perception and people showing up, excuse me,
I'm
for
just
us
saying,
digitally,
I'm
you
just
get
saying,
it
most of the
back.
guys that we hang around that still act like they
That
still
little
at the top of the
bougie.
charts.
That little
That,
bougie. Ooh.
right? They still act like they still at the top of the charts. Oh man, I ain't never doing that. I ain't doing that. That's beneath me. And now they're having to do these type of things to keep their fans engaged. And you got this. I
Mm.
think this is going to score people a lot of brownie points. And when this is all clear, it's gonna be hella shows and everything. Everybody that you could think of, they're gonna dig them up and they're gonna be on the road. So it's gonna be dope.
Listen, bruh, when I tell you I think shows because people really want to hear. I mean, great R&B music doesn't go anywhere. It's gonna
Nah,
be around
hell no.
forever. And by the way, if you're not following '90s R&B certified, make sure you do. It's my husband and I's brand. Dave, I'm gonna send you some gear so you can represent for sure.
Hell
But
yeah.
back to a couple things that you mentioned. Let's start off with folks kind of turning their nose up at the whole streaming and social and digital platforms, and now that's pretty much all people have to rely on. And you've been doing it for a minute. I've been doing it for a minute, and I'm telling you, like, I've noticed that a lot of people have popped up with YouTube, streaming, Instagram live. It's so many talk show hosts. It's like 576 talk show hosts on a day.
Thousands.
Um, thousand, right? And if they're not
Yeah.
talk show hosts, there's some of them out there turning into singers and things. So what do you singers, comedians, you got to follow and you just sell people some shit. It don't even matter if what you selling them is really legitimate or not. I
Man,
say that to all my tea people. I don't want y'all to take offense to nothing I'm talking about, but y'all know what I mean with the tea. But let me ask you, Dave, do you think that people are just doing what they should be doing, which is get in where they fit in, or do you think that it's really kind of taking some of the seriousness, or not seriousness, but people who've been doing this for a minute and take it seriously and understand how viable it is kind of
I,
crowding the marketplace?
I think it's kind of waking up the dead though, with this thing because it's letting people it's letting people know really how fun it is and um how much the people want to see them and talk to them on a regular basis, man. These people they like to talk, they like to be, touched, and everybody
Yeah,
wants that personal connection. They want to feel like they know you even if they don't know you, man. So I think this
right.
is going to let all the artists know that in certain ways we need to get back to the old school way of shaking hands and kissing babies and stuff like that because I think that's why
Well, I
our
don't know about shaking
generation.
hands and kissing babies
Well,
until after they get
yeah,
a,
that's a wrap. You ain't gonna be able
vaccine
to
for
do
the
none of that.
corona, but I just
Yeah,
said.
yeah. The
But no,
groupie
I
game
get
is
you. The
over.
grassroots, I was having this conversation with a young lady who happens to be a millennial. Shout out to Chevy, who is one of the producers. She's one of the associate producers on our She Speaks Live show when we tape at AIB. But Chevy was just talking about millennials and how they pursue their passions and almost that they don't feel like they have to work the same way we did or as hard as we did back in the day.
They don't.
But it's really but I say they don't because the technology puts a lot of people on that should be turned off. But well, I shouldn't say that. Everybody should pursue their dreams and everybody should. But y'all know what I mean. This is turned into a whole another thing.
What has happened is when we were in school, the elite athletes used to have the Letterman jackets, and
Yes.
now it's anybody that comes to the
Ooh.
team gets a jacket. That's the way the game is now, and I hate it. Even in the real sense of when you have a kid that goes to the field, if he comes to the field, he'll get a chance to play. I'm sorry, mothers and fathers. I just don't believe that everybody should get a chance to play unless
Right.
they
All that.
are
Oh, you won too. No, you didn't win if you didn't win.
right. No,
Right. You get a trophy. You get a trophy. You get a trophy. Mm-mm.
everybody, nah, you got to earn it. Like, man, we just we are handing these kids too much, and when you tell them something, they look at you like you're stupid. Like I sit on panels and stuff like this, and it was this one guy. He kept popping up at these open mics, and I said, man, da 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 da, and he said, man, he been telling me the same thing for every time I see him for 7 years. And I said, man, funny. I said, give me that mic back. I said, funny you say that. I said, you're still paying to be on somebody else's platform. I said, you're still paying to perform in front of artists, and ain't nobody in here you gonna sign you. And so I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying it's the same thing. I said, so what are you gonna do? I said, I've been there. I'm trying to tell you what to do to get to the spot. So they think they know it all. I mean, but it's much easier now because I tell people technology is the thriller and the killer because it's the thriller because yeah,
Ooh.
it has
Say that
availed
one
people
again,
to
Dave. Say that one
tech.
again.
Technology is the thriller and it's the killer. It's the thriller because it has availed people the ability to become multimillionaires from just sitting on their asses. My daughter was used to watch this girl that used to eat lettuce and crunch ice and chew stuff, and she get
Yeah,
18
mukbang
million, 20.
videos. Yeah.
They may becoming millionaires, but I'm saying technology allows anybody to have a studio, anybody to become an engineer, anybody to become a singer, anybody to become a rapper, anybody to become an entertainer, and you don't have to have any godly skill, anybody to be a producer. And
Right.
and 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 the killer part of it is taking the passion out of it because
It is.
nobody
It
has
is.
nobody has to earn it anymore. We don't have to do anything to get it. You can just push a button and a song will come out your ass. That's
That's it.
horrible.
That's
That's
it. That's
horrible.
it. I remember, you know what was really crazy, Dave? I don't know if you did records back in this time, but remember 2 inch reels.
Oh
They probably
God.
was had Pro Tools. The 2-inch reels, for those of you who don't know, are these big ass, giant, gargantuan tapes that
Yeah.
we had to use, and engineers had to carry them. And it wasn't no like just
I'm
run
telling
it
you,
back
heavy.
and cut and pay. You had to literally get the man editing and cutting and punching on the two
Yeah.
inch. Oh, that was
Yeah.
some other shit. But you know the difference between. I knew when the digital stuff started happening. I knew when it started, Dave, that it was gonna be. So what do you think? I mean, a lot of people might feel that we're just kind of stuck in our ways, as a lot of the millennials and what is it, Gen Z? They think
Yeah.
we're
I
just
just took
working
that.
hard and not
I
smart. What do you think?
uh man, I think we in trouble.
Ooh, no.
I just think that
Wow.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Explain it. How are we in
I,
trouble?
I have two younger children. I have a 22-year-old. He'll be 22 Sunday.
Hmm.
I have a daughter that's 14, and man, she is a monster. She sings me under the table. She writes.
She gonna sing for us
She
tonight. Oh,
play.
it's too late. It's probably too
Yeah,
late.
I got you. She writes. She
Hmm.
and I'm not Joe Jackson or Maddie Mouse Clark with my kids, but I said you have to get serious with your craft. And so I walk in the room one day. She has 31 songs that she's written and charted out on the paper. I said, oh, okay. My son, on
31.
the other hand,
So has she
31
been
songs.
working on it all along and she just didn't tell you? What was that all about? How she had
She
31
basically
songs just ready to go?
she in so many words, she's been telling me to kiss her ass without even telling me that, basically.
Oh
And
wow.
she's
Okay, I
been in
get
her
it.
room
Yeah.
doing it. And my son, he does the rap stuff, but he writes. He writes. He's a writer. He
Yeah.
writes, and but he still, messes with the auto tune and different stuff like that. And I'll tell you, I have embraced that. I just
Okay.
think where what the problem is, and I was watching Yo Yo the other day on her Wild Out Wednesday thing, and she made a good point. She told the one girl that was rapping, she said everybody can freestyle, but you haven't said anything that I'll remember. And that's the difference from
Ooh.
our era, is that we
Ooh.
took the time to. It's the difference between, they call it the microwave age. I remember my grandmother said, "Baby, I ain't touching no microwave. I don't. I'm gonna heat it up. If you're hungry, you wait. If you ain't hungry, then you don't want to eat." She did not believe
Wow.
until she got older and less able to do things. She didn't believe in the microwave because if you put stuff in the microwave, 9 times out of 10, if you put it in there for 3 or 4 minutes, you still got to put it back in there because one
You
part of
still
the
got to put
plate
it
is
back
still
in there,
cold.
and we have absolutely no idea how these
Hey, look,
microwaves are
right.
affecting us even to this day.
And the more expensive the microwave is, the less it works.
Wow. Yeah.
But
Right.
if but if you put that joint in the pan and let
Fry
that
it
joint,
up real quick. You better.
I'm saying when you reheat it, you put it in the pan, it comes out and it's hot all the way through, and you
Yeah.
can walk away and come back and it's still hot. I just think
Yeah.
that that's the problem. These guys go in the studio and say, "Yeah, man, I made a
Ooh.
song, man. It's lit, it's lit, we lit." It ain't lit,
Yeah.
man. It's not.
Yeah.
It's like you
Because
you
all you're
can't.
doing is co-opting the work of somebody who put the work in. It's so many samples and so much regular in this music. I can't even listen to half of this hip hop stuff. But
But
continue.
I'm gonna tell you, I have embraced what these guys are doing. My biggest problem is
Hmm.
we. Okay, let me tell you another thing. I tell them when we go, and I'm giving y'all these jewels here. I tell them, I said, okay, as artists, yeah, we all have to drive on the same freeway, but we
Hmm.
all don't have to drive the same car. I'm saying,
Mm.
I challenge these guys, man. Yo, challenge to be who you are, not who Future is, or who or Two Chains is,
Woo!
or who. Be yourself. Tell your own story. Don't don't pop a seal because they pop a seal. Don't pop a pill because he popping a Percocet. I said,
Right.
I mean, don't have a girlfriend just because you heard Ti talk about it in this song, and now you want to mess
Yeah.
around with chicks too because
Because
it's
it
a cool
drives
thing to do.
music and lyrics drive the culture. At the end of the day, we are all influenced by what we hear on the radio. It drives the
Man,
trends in clothing, it drives trends in relationships. In the 90s, we wrote real love songs. We wrote real
oh my God,
songs about loving each other and what we needed to do to say it, do it, show it, prove it. Or I'm so alone. I was singing it earlier. I'm
let's
so
talk about it.
alone. But anyway, y'all know what I'm talking about. Good music, great substance, and I think that it poured into who we are as human beings. When I hear that people can write songs about Molly, Percocet, And I don't even know who the song is by, to be completely honest, and he probably has no idea who the hell I am. But my point
Future.
is, you're doing the work. Okay, well, okay, so I did know that, I guess, I think. But anyway, you're doing the
I
work of the
love that record,
pharmaceutical
by the way, though.
companies. It's a great,
Mask
it
off.
feels good. But what I'm saying is, can't you put the same cadence, the same approach, the same energy into different lyrics? Like, does it
You
have to
can.
be like, if you took every dope ass record on the radio right now? Right now, I'm about to be Clay McMurray's daughter, Big Mix. Shout out to Big Mix, rest in peace, Dad. But you can take the same cadence, the same rhythm, the same every aspect of the record, and just change the lyrics, and not change the lyrics so that you're saying something opposite of what you're saying, but just figure out another way. Like, Mary Jane is one of the dopest records on the planet. I'm in love with
With
Mary Jane.
Mary Jane.
She's
Man.
my main thing. What was he singing about?
Weed.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So that's my point. Like, it wouldn't have even had the same effect if he was on there talking about, I'm in love with marijuana. It wouldn't
Right.
even
It
sound
wouldn't
the
even sound
same.
right.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
think what happened was, as time, I think it goes with every generation that we go through. We want to be less brutal towards our kids, and we get looser and
Guilt
more
giving,
lenient
guilt
as the
giving.
years
Oh
go.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And we start to allow them to be more vocal, to have more choices. And we complain about these kids, but we've created these monsters. Like, when I look at my kids and I get pissed at them about the things that they don't do when I tell them to do it, or the things that they don't do when I tell them not to do it, it's
Right.
because
Yeah.
honestly we have created. Look, my daughter, I was raised in a shoebox, and when I was making all the
Mm.
money on the road, I still didn't want to leave my grandmother and my sister, because so I
Mm.
fixed up the house. I stayed at the house, and I had a little extra place, but I stayed close. These kids were born in a 5,000 square foot house, so all they know is here. Give me, thank you, taking. That's all they know. But
Yeah.
I've taught them the value, but at the same time, it's like, you know, you can't be mad because that's what we give them. If you look at these campaigns and all the things that we've gone through over the years, is freedom of speech. Don't be afraid to be who you are. I mean, if you when you go through all these political campaigns, every year there's something where they're I don't want to say that they're breaking down the moral codes of what we have, but I'm saying they're changing things that we were brought up to believe were wrong, that we saw.
Well, so like, what things? Don't beat around the bush on She Speaks Live. We having He Speaks Live at this moment.
You
Tell us
trying to
what
you
you
trying
talking
to
about. What you talking about? What you
I'm
saying,
talking about
Dave? You
it.
ain't
I
no beat
mean,
around the busher.
I ain't gonna say about it because I mean, and I'm gonna start from the beginning. Like, well, it started with hip hop, where they started with the shooting and all the stuff like that. Freedom of speech, just watch what you say. Then
Right.
here come the chronic eras where everybody was smoking weed. Cause like, I smoked a lot of weed in the '90s, but I still was scared to let my uncle and all them know when I went to work at the radio station. When I went home, I was smoked before I went on the air. I was
So
high
you
as
had
hell, but
respect for your elders, and now
I
it's
stood
just like you can just roll up a blunt and just be smoking, and it's all good. Like, no respect
anywhere.
whatsoever for. Yeah, I get it, and it's interesting because on the one hand, and that's getting us into a much bigger and a much deeper conversation about how marijuana was viewed back in the day, not just socially, but in terms of
It
prison
was something you
and
did, but
and
it wasn't
locking
something
brothers
that you
up for
broadcasted.
marijuana charges. And right now it's legal and everybody's making a whole lot of money from it. But again, that's a whole conversation. I
But I'm saying even bigger than that. I'm saying
mhm.
I have us being on the road and doing plays. We got a bunch of friends that are gay and different stuff like that.
Yeah.
It starts with and hey, I don't judge nobody. I don't give a damn. One of my best friends in life, Trent Roberts, God bless his soul. I'm
Woo!
just saying,
Trent Roberts. Hold on, Dave. Can we have a moment of silence for Trent
word up.
Roberts?
Let's blow one for Trent.
Woo. Okay, go ahead.
I'm saying when I was brought up, I was brought up to believe that that wasn't right. It wasn't cool. It wasn't cool for two men to do this or two women to do that. That's what I was taught. You were a punk or you was a fag. And so
Right.
now
Right.
you can't those words. You don't even use those words. And now two men could get married and adopt kids. Two women could get married and adopt
Okay, so
kids.
wait, you unpacking a lot. Whew,
That's
child,
what
you
she said
unpacking a
last
lot. But
night.
come on, let's back it up. Back it up. Wait a
You know
minute.
what I said? I said that's what she
Okay.
said last
Oh
night.
Lord, I'm losing my earpiece. Dang. Woo, you
Mhm.
just unpacked a lot. I know we all hold on. Everybody pull it together. Pull it together. This is gonna be one of them conversations
And
on
I'm
this evening. Hold on,
and
hold
I'm
on,
not.
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Oh, what you can say if you're about to say something related to what you just said, say that, but don't add something else till we go back to that.
No, I'm good. I'm good. We can go back to
Okay.
that. We straight. I ain't got nothing.
So let's go back to that. Let's go back to that because as a black man
Hmm.
in America, can I ask you, do you feel that and you can't speak as a gay black man in America.
I can't at
You
all.
can't you
I
cannot
like
you
that
cannot speak
cream.
from
I can't
no,
speak
I'm
it
saying,
all. I
but you
can't
can't
speak
speak
all.
from that perspective because that's just not who you are, and it would be out of order to speak on behalf of a group of people that you don't really know and can relate to. But
Right.
I'm saying, as a black man in America, do you feel, because I'm just wondering if it's a few undertones here, do you feel that, like you said, it used to be that you couldn't just be outwardly gay like that without people, really making comments? Let me see how I ask this question so I ask the question the right way. Do you feel that black men are taking a back seat to a lot of people, groups, situations, circumstances? Do you feel that the black male identity is somehow being lost?
Oh man. Man, I just told my wife the other day. I said we don't have many strong black presences on TV. I said all we've been emasculated a lot. All you see on TV are feminine men. Feminine black men, feminine white men on all the shows, on all the TV. And I mean, that's what it is. But I'm saying it's like now that's all you see. If you look at everything, look at sports, look at football.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
got men with this damn hair hanging down their back longer than the men. They bodies and asses look better than the women walking down the street. You can't even tell. That's to me. That's I mean, come on, man. Look at the way they making these pants for these men now. These niggas is wearing
But do you
capri
think,
pants.
okay, so let me wait, hold on. So then I'm gonna take you back a little bit. I'm gonna take you back a little bit. In the Roman times,
I already
men was
know.
running around looking like, with little
You don't
skirts
really want to go
and
that
little
deep.
shields
Go
and
ahead.
and I've seen photographs of manly looking men laid up together. So what I'm wondering is when you say back in the day, back in maybe your day or our day, because it seems like back throughout history, there have always been those types of men. Bruce Jenner
This
didn't
ain't
just
nothing new.
decide out of the blue that he was going to be, a woman.
This
If that's
this
what,
ain't
you know what I'm
nothing
saying?
new.
So
This is
then,
something that's been going on since the
so
beginning of
people
time.
are just free to finally live their lives openly and be who they are. Is that
And be who they want to be.
and be who they want to be? As a
I think.
black man, does that
Mhm.
do you have an issue with that? Do you take issue with that?
Honestly, when I was younger, I did. Now, I just, man, I just think that I just think that they, in the media and stuff like that, they just force it down your throat a lot. Um, you
You
know,
feel like, I mean, but it's the same. I could say the same thing for ratchet reality TV. They force it down your throat. Are they
they
forcing
do
it
force
down
it
your
down your
throat
throat.
or
It's
are
horrible.
so
It's,
okay,
it's
now let's
horrible.
unpack
Ratchet
that.
reality
Let's
TV is horrible. That's
so
hey,
let's
that's the reason why they never done a '90s men R&B show. We sat down with Bravo and the white lady that was second in charge. We were sitting down with Nene and Greg, and they said, "If y'all ain't gonna do no drama, it ain't gonna be no show." We said,
oh
none of
wow.
us agreed. We said, no, we're not doing it. All of us
Wow.
are cool. And we could have did it. They
Yeah.
said, no drama, flat out, no drama,
Good for
no
you,
check.
Dave. Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for all of y'all, cause
And I
yeah.
needed it.
I know. Tell me
I
about it.
needed it.
I walked away from real nice check my damn self because I
I
wasn't finna
needed it.
do it. But
I needed it.
I'm saying that to say I think we get a little confused, right? I think we get
Mhm.
a little confused about who they are. Okay? As black people, we often refer to the they when we're talking about they only put on certain images on reality TV and they only allow certain stereotypes to exist on television. But the problem there and the disconnect that a lot of us have, Dave, is that we don't understand that we are the they who dictate what they do. So
I
if
know.
black people
I know.
Your own people, your
I
own
know.
community that
I
is
know.
telling the world, the powers that be that put gay people and ratchet black people and whatever. And I don't see a problem with gay people being on TV. I think my
I
personal
don't either.
opinion of that is that I think it's absolutely amazing. But I do understand what you mean when you say that
It
there
needs
are
to be
far
equal
fewer
representation.
representations of exactly,
Right.
but there are a lot of so let's level the playing field and unpack that part.
Right.
So you feel as a black man, and I could kind of sense that that's where you're going because I'm married to a black man, and he definitely got a good
Watch
little
this.
opinion about.
I
Go
think
ahead.
I didn't mean to cut you off. I think most men that fear homosexuals or are scared to be around them or they have a problem with it fear them being attracted to it. Like I have no, I'm so confident about myself that
That's
nothing
a
could
good
ever
point.
change it.
Yeah, that's a good
That
point. Right.
I learned
Right.
this from Trent by hanging out on the road with him.
Trying to teach you
Man,
some shit. Oh, I love my Trent Roberts.
dude,
Oh.
that dude used to pull some of the most hardcore dudes on the
Mm-hmm.
road. It was amazing. Some of the hardest dudes,
You'd be like,
gold in
he
their
gay?
mouth. Man, he'd be like, "Daddy, what you doing?" I'm like, "Nothing." You know that dude that was sitting on the side of the stage with the gold in his
Yeah.
mouth, looked like he could just kill somebody. I'm like,
Yeah.
"Yeah." He just left my room, Daddy. I'm like,
Yeah.
"What?"
Yeah.
And,
That was
and he,
Trent.
he would say, "Stay away from me when we go out here because I'm about to do my work."
Yeah.
And man, I'm just saying, it's. I just let me tell you something. Art represents life, and these people
Yes.
are. I'm gonna tell you who taught me to accept it even more too was Gerald's son Micah. He was going to Morehouse, and I was like, "Geez, nephew," I said, "Does it bother you all these gay guys running around here at a historically black all male university?" And he said, "You know what, Uncle Dave?" He was talking like this then. He said, "You know what, Uncle Dave?" He said, "You know what I've learned is that a lot of men and the people in corporate America and the business that I'm going through in the fight, because he was in finance at the time, they're all this way. So I've just come to deal with it. It's like a lot of people, the people that control America and this, that, and the third, they're all
Ooh.
they
Yeah.
this, that, and the third." And I'm saying this,
Yeah.
I think it's a time, the reason why it's coming out, because it allows those people to be comfortable in their skin. I don't
I
like
agree.
we put all these people on these pedestals, but so many people have insecurities from the top
Woo!
of the celebrity list to the bottom
Woo!
of the gutter. Everybody hates or fears something about themselves. They have
Yep.
some type of insecurity that
Yep.
they're scared to deal with, and they
Come on,
need
Dave.
to bring down something so they can show themselves, or they
And feel
need to
better. You
highlight
know,
something
it's
so they can
really,
feel right.
yeah, it's interesting. You know, I understand completely. I think that's a great perspective that you said Gerald's son shared
Mm-hmm.
this with you. Right. Great, great perspective. Smart kid. You know, college also is going to teach you how to interact with people in corporate America and just in life in general. And I think that the beautiful thing about having executives and people in power who are gay is that they too have had to struggle. They too have been oppressed. They too have been shunned and had to hide and wear a
Yeah,
mask. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And be
yeah.
treated like a piece of shit on some levels by some ignorant ass people. So I would much rather have people like that who have the experience of having, and it's unfortunate that this is the world we live in where you have to hope that the person that's going to put you on has been through some shit. But you kind of want to
Right.
hope that the people that put you on have been through some shit because most of the time when you've been through some shit, you don't do the same thing to another person.
What's up?
Well, you know, real talk. But just as we get into this conversation about how black men are feeling emasculated and how you guys feel like, you know, and I see it, I get it, I understand it because, like I said, I'm married to a black man.
Well,
You don't see
I
the
don't. I don't want
images
to.
of
I
strong
don't.
black
Right.
men on television the way you should. We were talking about Kwame Kilpatrick on She Speaks Live. If you guys are watching live after this, check out the conversation that I had with Christine Beatty, Stacey J. Johnson, Sandy Lomax, I believe, was on this conversation, and Rhonda Cousin Bump. We talked about Kwame, and there's actually some traction. We're praying that this brother gets released because I mentioned that I want him released from prison because 28 years is stupid. There are people who have done what? Far
That's my
worse,
man from Detroit Mayor.
and they're doing far less time. So that's
Hmm.
just, out of order.
Well,
But I think part
that
of
with
that is
him.
because he was, I believe, And I'm gonna go out on a limb, and people probably gonna be like, "Girl, please buy." But I believe that Kwame was poised to become another president of the United States. Real talk, because he represented a
I give you
strong,
that.
smart black man. Man, you give me that?
Yeah, I give you that. I,
Yeah.
I saw a post one time where they had on, it was an Instagram or Facebook, and it said it was a group of black men standing there in suits looking poised and educated and strong. But in the next one, it was a bunch of us fighting and tearing something up. It says they're scared of this more than they're scared of that.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Mhm.
listen. Let me tell you, I've been through it, been to it. Because at the end of the day, if I flipped a couple of tables and cussed Monifa out and cussed Alina out and was fighting and drunk and crazy, I'd be a rich bitch. I'll probably be on every late night talk show, daytime talk show, because that's the
Yeah,
hypocrisy of it. So let's get back to that part of the conversation.
let's go
Let's
back.
get back to that part of the conversation, the hypocrisy of this shit. So we so often, as black women, black men who think of ourselves as people who, don't like the ratchet shit, we're not going to contribute, to that kind of negativity. Um, we subscribe to it because we either sneak and watch, pretend like we're not into it, and we are. And I'm a sneak and watcher of a show, only one that gets kind of borderline ratchet, and it ain't really even that
Mine
ratchet.
too. It's the
Right.
only one get it's one or two to get mine, and I'll pace it and kind of just dip in and dip out, and then just watch the reunion because you'll find out
Yeah,
everything that goes
she's talking
on in the
about the
reunion.
reunion.
Mhm.
So I
But
guess we
that's
both
it,
just gave up that we Real Housewives fans. And I'm a Housewife fan, not just because I don't think the show's that ratchet. I think that the fighting should stop. I hate to see women of color fighting, especially these are some of the most, in terms of business women and having stuff popping in Atlanta. These ladies are, really women that are on the move and making big
moving and
things
shaking.
happen. So moving and shaking and inspiring and influencing. So I hate that it comes to that. But I also know the machine. And I know a lot of the shit that y'all see, y'all don't see the whole picture. You see a
Right.
small percentage of what's really going on. And I know that, so I can look at that particular show with more objectivity. And I love, I think all the ladies are dope, and I like all of them. But back to this conversation. So as people of color, if we want to change the narrative, and I talk about this change in the narrative thing so much because I think that we don't understand just how important it is and just how much it impacts us in real life in our everyday lives. If people think that we are going to flip a table and we going to go off on somebody and beat somebody's ass. If people got to start putting silverware away, if you're a white person living in the middle of suburbia and you have no idea because you don't interact with black people like that on a regular basis, you have no idea who we are, and your only example of who we are is what you see on television, you would think that we were hostile, angry, violent, crazy ass people. And as a large majority, we don't flip tables and throw drinks, but
Right.
that is the narrative that is played out constantly. And if we didn't watch it and if we didn't support it in droves, and not, let me, you know what, let me rephrase that. If we watched content that was empowering us and inspiring us as much or half as much as we do the stuff that just satisfies that ratchet taste bud that we have, then at least we'd be showing the general public that there are three-dimensional characters in this world as black women are as far as black women and black men are concerned. We can show healthy marriages. I hate the fact that you don't see healthy black marriages on any of these shows. You
Right.
don't see healthy, strong relationships really flourish and thrive. I mean, a few, one or two, but as a majority, is the goon squad or the creep squad or whatever. So go ahead, Dave. I'm sorry I kind of monopolized the conversation, but I'm really passionate about that, and I'm especially passionate about people understanding how valuable our eyeballs and what we watch and what we tweet about and what we meme about and what we talk about, how valuable that is and how much that impacts and affects our culture. Start.
It does. I think it really does. I think the last positive black TV show we saw with a thriving married couple was My Wife and Kids, where you
Right.
had Mike owned a trucking company and Jay was a stockbroker, and then she eventually quit and came home because they said she did some type of bad investment, but eventually the stock made her a whole bunch of money, and then she stayed home. And I think that was probably when the show was getting ready to end, but that was the last one. But when you look at man, this reality TV has shaped the culture
It
of not
has.
only the new age kids, but even people, like I'll be 50 this year. So like it has shaped the thinking of everybody all over. The things that I hear, and I have a lot of friends that are female, and I hear them talk, and people are not really interested in monogamy or marriage. They don't really care about,
What do you mean people are
and
not interested in monogamy or marriage? Then
I,
my
I,
girl
I,
Stacey J. Johnson, Just Date Girl, would be having a
man,
cow
look,
right now.
man, I'm just
Stacey, are you
saying.
there? Do you want to join this conversation?
Tell her come on. I'm just saying. I hear
Stacey,
a lot of
Day
people.
say come on.
They like on some whatever. Like, well, maybe
Yeah.
now because what's happening right now, people are scared. But over the last 5, 7, 8 years, I hear a lot of people and see a lot of people just doing whatever because they want to live that reality show type of life. When you look at the reality show, you got people that are married, but then
Yeah,
you got
yeah. It's people. I'll never forget my sister, you know, was doing some people's hair and they wanted the housewives look. And I was like, oh, that's a look now? What is the housewives
well,
look? Like, how do you
that's
define that? But I guess it's, big and diva fabulous. Okay.
what
So
I
let's,
tell people. That's why
go
I
ahead.
tell people. I say you have to. Like, okay, so I lost my sister like the end of the year,
I'm
and I did the
sorry.
eulogy. No, it's all good. She fought hard, and I did the eulogy because she always said you're supposed to be a pastor. So when she was going, I said I'm gonna send you home right. So I always tell my daughter, be careful what you put in your body. She was like, just a cookie, Dad. I said, no, it's not just a cookie, but it's everything you put in your body, mentally,
Yeah.
physically,
Yeah.
spiritually,
Mind, body, and
emotionally.
spirit. That's
If
right.
if if you're if you're not strong enough to decipher what you're putting in your body with the TV, with the music, then you should stay away from it because it will consume you and it will make you think that that's how you're supposed to live or that's how you're supposed to act.
Yeah.
Even with when you're around
Back to our
friends.
original conversation about good old R&B music that was
Yeah,
about love and family and relationships to what it is now. Back to that. But go ahead. When you're around your
yeah.
friends.
And when you're around people, you have to
Hmm.
surround yourself from, even if you have to separate yourself from people that you really love and just cherish. You have to say in these days and times, but in all your lives and times, you have to separate yourself from the people because, man,
Ooh, tell me
their
about it.
energy,
Ooh.
their spirit will tear you down and stop you from being productive with your life and times that you need to get stuff accomplished with. Man, I've had to cut off so many
Ooh.
people, and it hurt me, and it
And
hurts me.
family. Ooh, honey, we gonna get on
Yeah.
that family.
Man,
Baby. If a
man,
person is sucking your energy and they are an energy vampire, get rid of
man,
their ass, get rid of their ass. It ain't gotta be permanent, but let it go. So
man.
let's get to some of these. We got a couple Facebook questions. Okay. What's up, Facebook Live? Shout out to everybody watching us on Facebook Live, on SheSpeaksLive.com, on Periscope, on YouTube Live. I can't see, I'm trying to see my YouTube Live comments. You guys got to bear with me because I am new to this whole being the queen of the switcher thing. But let me get to a comment. So I got a comment from Rhonda Rich. Oh, Rhonda Rich says, "What up, Dave?" Dave, you remember? You probably
What
don't
up,
remember.
though?
You remember my cousin Rhonda? Okay, she said, ooh, no, I shouldn't ask that question. It's obvious. That's
Ask me,
personal. We're not
ask
gonna
me,
go. No, no. You sure you want me to ask?
ask me.
It's okay. So this. Okay, y'all heard him say, "Ask me." So this is back to the conversation about sexuality. It is.
Uh
So are
oh.
you saying that you have never been attracted to someone of the same sex?
Yeah, like 20 men. Hell no,
Right. I know.
not at
I
all,
knew the
man.
answer to that.
Not
No,
at
the
all.
answer to
No,
that is
not at
no.
all.
And he
Not at
doesn't
all.
have
Mm-mm.
anything against gay
I,
people at
I'm
all.
not. I'm not afraid to say that's a handsome guy right there. Like RL from Next, that's a handsome guy. Dave Tolliver is
RL's
a handsome
fine.
guy.
Yep.
I'm saying I'm not, but I'm not afraid to say those things, and because I'm comfortable being a
Hmm.
man, I'm not afraid to. You know what You dig what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Nah,
I
heck,
dig
I ain't
it.
never been
I can
attracted to
dig
no
it.
man.
So the answer to
I
that
tell you, I
question is
like that
absolutely
cream.
not. He liked that
I like
cream on
that
there.
cream.
Okay.
Ooh,
All right. So
hallelujah.
marriage is like a cage. One sees birds. I'm sorry. Marriage is like a cage. One sees the birds outside, desperate to get in, and those inside, desperate to get out. Ooh, that's deep. I know, right? That was deep. I don't think of marriage as a cage. I mean, sometimes you can feel And I have to honestly say, you, what do you think,
Cage is
Dave?
a
You
harsh
married?
word. When you say
Yeah, that
cage,
cage
it's
should
like an
get you
imprisonment.
divorced.
You want to say you want to say it's a house with a protect with a fence around it where you can come and go as you please.
Yeah.
It you don't want to
If
say
you
it's a
feel like you're in
cage.
a
You know,
marriage and you're in a cage, then you need to be trying to pack your stuff and creep out at night. No
you
joke.
need to roll
But yeah,
or
you
keep
need
you
to,
something in the
you
side
know,
pocket.
right. You need to be sleeping with one eye open if you feel like you're in a cage. But I think the
Hey,
point is that sometimes I think that it's people who are married sometimes are like, ooh, what would it be like if I could just put on a sexy dress and look cute and go out and have a cocktail and have the men tell me how beautiful and gorgeous I am? Because y'all know good and full well that, you'll tell your wife from time to time she look good, but for the most part, men are not going to give you a shitload of compliments. You could come in with a whole new wardrobe and your hair five different colors, and it'll be like, oh yeah, you look, like nothing happened. But I think there are situations in marriage where you feel you want to, like, damn, it would be nice to just go out and like meet a stranger. But then that needs to be your husband. And then there are times when you are single and you feel like I want to be married, I want to be in a relationship. So I think it's natural to sometimes desire what you don't have. Although I do not. Babe, I'm very happily married. I've never thought about anybody other than Idris Elba, and he's married, and it's not gonna happen. So so Dave, let's get into some more. You guys, please. Debbie, well, shout out to my girl Debbie Corbin. Debbie, thank you for supporting us. Let me shout out some people who are watching us on live. Lisa, what's up? Laquana, what's up? I would hope Stacey J still watching. Robbie Richardson, I hope you're still watching. Tim Moore, Latrice. Oh, Dave, I didn't share this to your page. I should be sharing this live to your page.
yeah,
Or
and
can
I
you
can't
share it?
see you. I think that's why we keep crossing over because I
Okay,
can't
let
see
me
you.
see. You can't see me. Oh no, but trust me, you can be seen. Okay, wait a minute. I'm trying to figure out, you guys, how to share this today's page. Share to a friend's page? Is that how you do it? No, not a news feed. Hold on, you guys.
You
Share
probably want to put it on the
to
news feed.
friends. No, I don't know. Dave, can you come to my page? Is it possible that you can come to my page and I can share it to yours?
Do I get out of here?
Oh, you might. Oh,
Yeah,
wow,
I'd
that
have to
really
leave here.
sucks. Okay, well, I'll give it to you to repost on your page, but I wanted some of your followers to be, oh, you know what? Hold on, let me try to do it this way. Um, Ladies and gentlemen, please bear with us for a second. And Dave is going to give us a B selection in a few minutes. I'm very excited
Ah,
about this B selection that Dave is going to be giving us because he is a singing ass man. Praise the Lord. Okay,
mm.
share. And I think I want to share to a friend's page so that some of Dave's to your timeline. Share to a friend's timeline. Let's see, Dave. Tolliver. What's your Facebook name, Dave?
Dave Tolliver.
Dave Tolliver. Boom. I'm sharing it to your page, Dave Tolliver.
Will
Bingo.
it go
So your
live on
people
my
should be able to
page?
watch. It should be live on your page because I just shared it to your page.
Well,
So
you better show me this. And what are you using? This is all from
oh, it's
Skype.
sweet. Oh no, this ain't just Skype. We sweet. We fresh. Oh, you know what, Dave?
Hmm?
Hold on one second. We gonna go to Dave real quick. Dave, can you hold on. Dave, hello?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on one second. My husband has to switch the camera. I'll tell you about the sweetness that we're working on in 2 seconds. In two shakes. All right. We
My
should
wife
be.
texted me. She said she needs your hat. That's dope.
She needs the hat. Oh, come
Yeah.
on, wifey. You can get this hat, Gumo. Yes, I'll make sure that you have one.
I
What's
need
going
another
on? Are we?
copy of the play too. We watched that thing so much. I don't even know where it is. We didn't move
Dave
to.
played Rollo. You do it, babe? Dave, go ahead. You can go. You can do it. Dave played Rollo in the play. She speaks. I'm not sorry. She speaks five. Soul Kittens Cabaret. As a matter of fact, let me pull it up so that the people can see. I'll have it in the next shot.
Man, they need to play that on BET again.
Don't they? Don't they?
Yeah.
It's some other
Yeah.
things BET need to be playing too. Okay, let me see. Am I back? Uh-oh, hold on. Uh-oh, what's going on? Why can't I come back? Oh, I'm not back. Am I back? Hold on, honey. Am I back in the camera? I am
Soul
back in the
Kittens
camera. Why can't I be
Cabaret.
seen? What is going on? You guys, we had to switch the battery in this conversation, and for some freaking reason, um, there we go. We're back. We're back. Okay. And
Hallelujah.
three.
Thank you.
There we go. Yeah, we had to. I don't know, some technological stuff. So this now, where did Dave go just now? There you
Right
go.
there.
Okay. Soulkins Cabaret. This is the play that Dave did with me. There might even be a picture back here in the small of Dave. He played Rollo. You know what I'm see
I
what I'm
played two
saying?
parts.
He played a goon. And who else did you play? Oh, the
His
goon,
I was his
his brother.
twin brother. I forgot his
He was a
brother's
twin
name
brother.
now.
Yep, exactly. So, okay, so let's get into, hold on one second, Dave. Let's get into some music conversation. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on in this music industry. So, Dave, have you heard that we are going to probably not be going out live and doing live shows and stuff until 2021? Have you heard that news?
Yeah, I heard that.
How you feel about that? What do you think that's going to do?
Uh, I think it's. I mean, I think it's not good. But I mean, I'd rather be safe than sorry, man. You know. Um, it. I don't know. I mean, I can't fight them. It ain't like I can pull them. Hey, man, look, y'all meet me at the house. Bring 5,000
No,
people
I'm
with you.
not saying from that. I mean, but have you thought about as an R&B singer and the fact that we're going to have to continue to provide for our families through this process? Have you thought about ways, innovative ways for you to continue to build and to grow?
Yeah. Um, I'm gonna write my book. I'm gonna keep making this music.
I know that's
Starting
right.
new music. You know, keep writing. And I've really been kind of slow because like this was really like a bad time for me to be quarantined and cabin fever. You know, I had the end of 2019 was horrible for me.
Man,
You
tell me about it.
I
Oof.
mean, you know, just all the things that happened. I know you lost your mom last year too, right?
I lost my mom. Oh my
Yeah.
God. I lost my mom June 3rd and I lost my dad September 6th. And I
See,
lost, yeah. So,
it was like for
yeah.
me, I lost you know the top of November, like well a couple weeks middle of November. Me and my wife were in like an accident. They said we shouldn't have walked away from. Then a few weeks later, I lost my sister, and then a couple weeks after that, I lost one of my closest homeboys on the planet. So you know,
Wow.
it's
I'm
like
sorry,
this is
Dave.
the worst. Yeah, man. Sorry for you too. I was trying to contact you when your mom passed, and
Yeah.
you know, I know
I was a
it's
basket case
difficult.
between
Oh man,
Maxie
I know.
and
I've been
then my
there.
mom and my dad, my best friend, and both my parents. It just really, it could have destroyed me, Dave. I'm not even gonna hold you up. Maxie probably was the worst experience of my life to date.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Um, my sister Maxie, and the reason why is because she was my best friend in the world and the person that I built this legacy with, and we had high hopes and we talked every day. But the other part of it is because she was so young and she had so much to live for, and there were just so many things that you know were left for her to do.
Right. Sorry
And
about
that
that.
was just a shock. Like that took the wind out of me, took me to a very dark place, made me want to
Yeah.
shoot some people up,
I,
having nothing to do, just, but my parents was difficult as well. It's just my mom was ill, so I kind of, was able to mentally prepare and spend a lot of good time with her. And my dad went the way my dad went on his own terms and he lived a beautiful life and he knew we loved him and it was great. But Maxie was hard. Yeah, that was very difficult. So I can imagine your
losing your
friend. Yeah,
yeah, and because the year before that, I lost my very best friend, the first, but you know, it's just
yeah.
anyway. So
And then
yeah,
losing Gerald, and then so you get it. But okay, we're
and
not
you
gonna
know, I
turn into
lost
doom and
my
gloom.
mom and all that
So let
stuff.
me
You know what I'm
ask.
saying? Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Yeah, we're not gonna turn into that. So Dave, I'm gonna get you to sing in a minute, but I gotta ask you a couple more questions. Let me see. We got a couple. I think we might have some online. I can't. I'm trying to get to Twitter. Somebody wants us to do. Somebody on Twitter wants us to do a duet. I'm down.
Me too.
I'm down. What's that one song? What's that song? What's that song? If this world.
My mind, I will place at your feet all that I own. You've been so good to me. If this world were mine, I give you the flowers,
Sing,
the
Dave.
birds and the bees,
Or maybe
whatever
your
that word is.
love
Time
beside
beside
me.
me. That would be all I need if this world were mine. And then I will
If
give
this
you.
world
Yeah,
were
yeah, that's it.
mine, I would make you a king
Hmm.
with wealth untold. You could have anything if this world were mine. Hey, we got to do something. Hey, Nikki and
You gotta get in
Dave,
that
Nikki and
box.
Dave.
You
Nikki,
gotta get in
I
that
already did
box,
one with
man.
Dave Hollister. Listen,
You gotta
um,
get one with the goat, Dave Tolliver.
I'm saying Dave
Yeah,
Tolliver, Tolly Hustle, what's up? That's who I sent this email to. That's what took us so long getting on because I had an old email. Why don't you keep
it's
your
all
email the
good.
same, bruh? Okay,
I got like
so
about six of them.
do you have any questions for me, Dave? Is there anything that you've always wanted to ask me? Something you might be curious about? You know what I'm saying? Anything like that?
No, not really.
Nah.
Not that I'm
uh,
gonna ask you on here. I mean, what I want to ask you, we gonna talk about off the air because it got
oh,
something to do with the
business.
play. Yeah,
Oh, with the play. Okay, yeah.
but
But who in
I
it?
want that to.
Who?
Hmm?
Because you know, a certain people that we mess with together that we used to be really cool with that, but we're not gonna be catty here. But yeah, I just yeah. Okay, we'll talk about
I've heard about him, and I know I
it.
heard he's a
Him?
sucker.
No, it's not a
It's a
him.
him. Oh, it's a
No.
her that's a sucker.
Not a sucker,
But like a
but I
biatch.
wouldn't say sucker. I'm just gonna go on ahead. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna leave it.
That's what
I'm gonna
happened.
leave
All
it
right,
because
well,
what I
but
would like to
then
do is have a conversation with the person, but it's. I'll tell you who offline.
yeah, that program, that
You already
production
mentioned the
was so
name on the
dope.
call.
Ah, that production is so dope. It needs to be. Man, I remember when we first did it. My daughter was so enthralled with that play. She played it over and over and over. When we would travel, I would have, and I mean, she was that. What was that? 09?
Wow.
It was 09,
Yeah.
so she
You
was only
talking?
like 3 or 4 years old. She's 14 now, so I'm saying that was 11 years ago. So she was so into that doggone play. I remember coming to your house. Remember, I fell in the driveway coming to get my copy
Wow.
of Ice.
Right. Right. Oh, you talking about Soul Kittens?
Yeah.
Shit,
Oh, you
Dave.
talking
You
about
know
the
what?
other one? You talking about
No, 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 no.
Faustino God's
No,
time?
I'm talking about Soul Kittens. The person was in Soul Kittens too, but that's another conversation. The person was
Oh,
in
I
Soul
get it.
Kittens. She
That's
was
what I
in
thought
that.
you were talking about, but I wasn't
But she
talking
could
about them.
refer to it as this little play, and it kind of broke my heart and hurt my feelings in a conversation. But well, again, I'm not gonna be shady.
Uh,
She and I
nah,
both
but
know what the situation is. But yeah, I do have a script written for a pilot for a musical drama series centered around da, 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 Soul Kittens Cabaret.
dope.
So it was dope. You guys, Soul Kittens Cabaret is a play that I wrote many years ago. This is the copy um, that I made for my mom. You can
I
see,
need
I don't know
that.
if you can see, but my mom signed it. I signed it for her, and I
I
kept this
need it.
copy. It says, "Mama, I've learned everything I know from you. You are the reason I am who I am. This is dedicated to you. Love, Nikki." That was for my mommy. So rest in peace, Mama,
Rest in peace,
Mama
Mama
Gilbert.
Gilbert.
Um, so yeah, we did it. I've written a pilot for it, so I'm excited about that, and hopefully we'll be doing a table read about that. So Dave, music industry is on fire. Black men are underrated and underrepresented on television. What do you have going on? What can you share with people before we get out of here? We are at almost our hour's almost up. We have 54 minutes.
Uh,
So
so
and leave a little time to sing because you definitely finna sing, bruh.
I knew it. Okay, so Dave Tolliver has new music coming out. I'm going to venture over into the Southern Soul. I'm still doing R&B, and I'm also going to do some inspirational gospel. My single's going to come out. It's called "Get to You." It's the dedication to the working woman. It's so dope, man. It puts you in the vibe of like a Bobby Womack vibe a little bit, but I sing high. I'm going back to the Dave Tolliver show radio. I have the opportunity to try to take my show. It was going to TV, then we got quarantined, but I have a opportunity to take it nationwide, TV wide, and also keep the positive vibes going with that. But I do my my Dave Tolliver Show Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday on Instagram, or really just whenever I feel like it. You know, you see the thing back there, my little swagger back there. Tuesday
Yeah,
nights is talent night. Come on, you win some money on. I'm giving away a little bit of money to get you some gas, some bread, and some milk for your house. Tuesday nights is
I
talent.
know
Thursday and
that's
Sunday
right.
is. I mean, get you some money. I got sponsors on there too. Come through. Man, and I'm just here, man. And I've become somewhat of a inspirational speaker, like a
Yeah,
counselor,
you
man. I
some
just got
smart
my
man,
degree, man. But
bro.
it seems like I'm counseling people. I'm like, maybe I need to go back and get my degree in psychology or something. But
I was thinking, you know what,
um,
Dave? I'm not even gonna hold you up. I was thinking the same thing. And I think as musicians, we get in touch with a different side of ourselves, and we had the ability to kind of connect on a different level. So I would advise you to do that and tell me how hard it is, so I can decide if I'm gonna do it with
well, I just got my regular degree in 18 in business admin with a concentration in marketing. But
Oh, smart. Okay.
marketing and psychology, they go together. So
Yes, they do.
because you have
Yes,
to
they
try to
do.
figure out the spending trends before they do. But I just want to tell everybody, before we go. We really don't know what's going on. This could be a hoax. It could be anything, 5G, whatever you want to call it, but we don't know what's going on. And I'm very serious about this because you don't know who is going to hit, what is going to hit. They say all these limitations, these parameters, but stay in the house if you can, because like the social distance, whatever, you don't know where the person you've been around been and
Yeah.
they've been around who, whatever. Stay safe and be smart, man. Like they've been
Yeah.
opening up the places down here, and I told my barber friends, I said, man, the dollar is BS. Incomparable to being here to take care of your
Man,
family. You
tell
got
me
small
about it.
kids.
You can go get your nails done. You can go get your hair
Got
done.
small
You can
kids.
go
What you can
get
do
your
them
cute little
yourself.
outfit, and you could be looking real good in your casket at your funeral or in your urn. They'll,
Hey,
but at the end of the day, and I've seen people, and listen, don't get me wrong. We do need to get integrated back into society. We
yeah.
absolutely need to try to figure out how we can start. But today I went and took the kids to the park and then went to the grocery store afterwards, and I just noticed that people were being real lax and
No mask, no gloves. I'm
yeah,
like,
no
I
mask,
told
no
my wife, let
gloves. And the
somebody
thing
cough
is,
and
black
I cover
people,
their
black
mouth.
people, black people, y'all already know. Shout out to all my family and all my people in Detroit. I love you guys so much. Dave, you from Cleveland, so that's right
Midwest,
next door, Midwest. Shout out to people, Chicago, all the people in the Midwest who are suffering tremendously from this. Shout out to our may our governor, our Michigan governor. Oh, she is like, look, hold up, wait a minute, y'all not coming through here with that bullshit, and I love it. But we do have to be careful. I know we have to get back to our livelihoods, but we have to be careful. Wash your hands, social distance. Be sure to don't get too lax with your mail and your packages coming in and out of your house because this is something that's impacting our community and it's sad.
yeah.
But I think it got something to do with the aliens. I'm gonna leave that alone because I know y'all gonna be like she crazy.
I
But
don't.
I think
Anything is
I
possible.
I think I think they ready to come land. No, I'm just kidding, but I'm serious. No, seriously, I like then they started up the Space League, and it's just some weird shit going on. Now they got this beetle that just came, or what is it, wasp or whatever the hell it is, that came from Asia, and it looks like a creature from another planet, and it can kill you. They call it the murder wasp or the murder hornet or whatever the hell. So
I ain't
I think
seen
it.
that.
Yeah. Oh no, there is a no. If anybody's seen it, shout out. It's something real, you guys. This is not a game. There's something called a murder hornet or a murder wasp. I don't know the name. I'll talk more about it on our episode on Wednesday. But there is some new dangerous bug that comes from Asia somewhere, and we just don't know. We just never know. So love the people that you are with. Make sure you protect them by washing your hands. If you got to get out into the community, do it responsibly, social distance. Don't make it the 4th of July picnic because we really ain't there yet. And if you don't think it's serious or you don't think it's worth saving lives to stay home and practice social distancing, then you get whatever you got coming to you. That's all I got to say about it.
I said, if you get it,
So,
don't go to the hospital. You better stay home and fix it yourself.
well, go to the hospital if you get to the point where you can't breathe. That's what you need to do.
Put the hair
If
dryer
you
in your
get to the point where,
nose.
right, right, exactly. Blow, right, here you go.
Put the
Look, I need
steam
to
on
walk
lemon.
around with this fan, blowing it that way. So whatever comes, yep, that way. Um, okay, I have one other thing that I wanted to ask you, Dave.
Hmm.
Who is your favorite R&B singer right now?
It's gonna knock you on your feet.
Who?
My favorite. Oh, right now, not of all time. Right now,
Give me all time and right now.
of all time is Joe Thomas. Sorry.
Joe, listen, listen, listen. That Joe is a singing fool. We was just on the road with Joe.
Hmm.
Wonderful person, great personality, and a singing ass fool. So I'm a big Joe. Joe's definitely on the top of my list as well.
Out of all the people that I've seen and heard, Gerald, Eddie, Charlie, I've been on share the stage, all these
Joe,
guys, but Joe is
Joe,
my favorite of all time.
absolutely. Joe, Joe, Joe.
Right
All right, right
now,
now today, R&B male or female?
oh jeez, man, R&B male. Oh, male and female, or male or female.
Male or?
Oh, if I have to say male or female, it'd be my daughter, Danae, at DNA_14.
Yay!
She is incredible. But male or
Yay!
female,
Is she up? Oh, she's young. It's 12. It's
she's
12:30.
she's
Can we get her on
14.
here? Can we get her on here one day? We ain't got to get her on here today, but can we get her on She Sings Live?
Yes, she will
I'll
do
give her
it
a moment.
live.
I would love that.
She is,
Uh,
man. I ain't even playing. She sang for Tamar and Trina the other day and burnt them down.
oh, I bet. I bet.
Hmm.
Oh, Tamar and Trina was like, okay.
Yeah, she
That's a
burnt
big
them down.
sang. That's a big performance. Okay,
Yeah,
Dave. So, can you give us a little something? We know where to find you at Dave Men at Large. Can you give
yeah.
us a little something for the peoples?
I can't. And my show comes on at 9 o'clock on Tuesday and Thursday, 6 o'clock on Sunday. Here we go. Look, since Mother's Day is coming up, let me give y'all a little piece of this. No, here we go. We were together just the other day, taking life for granted, passing time away. I was there for you, and you were there for me.
Dave.
We would be together for eternity. I never knew there'd be sorrow, but I knew we'd be together tomorrow. Yeah, together forever. We were so wrong. Now I don't want to believe you're gone. I'm so alone. Alone.
Alone. I
I
miss
miss
you.
you. You never miss a good friend till they're gone. I'm so alone. Who did you have to go away? Mama, I really miss you. Yeah, man.
Woo! I
Yeah,
love
man.
it. Dave just made history, the first man, the first person to give us a live performance in our She Sings Live segment,
Oh,
He Sings Live segment. I'm so, oh my God, Dave.
and you know what? I'm also like I'm doing a Mother's Day serenade this Sunday at 6 o'clock on my live. It'll be on my Facebook and on my
Amazing.
Instagram. I'm just gonna stay at home and do it this time. I did a concert 2 weeks ago, and like I had Teddy Riley all up in there. It's just too much. It's too much. I tried to make it a nice experience, but I'm gonna pull a Tony.
Right.
I'm gonna pull a Tony Terry and have my stands here, and I'm gonna just sit here and create a
Oh, I
mood
love it.
and serenade the ladies with some nice records, for my moms out there, because, where would we
They
be without the
deserve
ladies?
it. Oh my God. Moms, single moms, moms who are married, just so important to
There's
the
moms,
world.
period, that just
And we
hold it down on
moms,
both sides,
period.
man. Because,
Absolutely. Adopt moms
yeah,
who adopt, all kinds of moms, grandma moms, all the moms all over the world.
yeah, all the
This is a
ladies,
beautiful
period.
thing. So
Yeah,
this is what time?
6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Okay, so you all better tone, go on it on Instagram. So this is not Facebook, this is on IG Live
I'm gonna have it on both. It's gonna be on IG Live, and it's
and
gonna be
Facebook
on my Facebook page, Dave
Live.
Tolliver. Yeah, yeah, both.
Aw, Dave, thank you, my brother, so much for sharing some real conversation with us. We are at 1 hour and 4 minutes, and it's been a wonderful 1 hour and 4 minutes. Dave, I love and appreciate you. I would love to talk
Always.
to you about the play absolutely, and the series and all the other stuff. There's so much more for us to do, and I got to have you back on because
Whenever,
you know,
every
for
time you
real.
call me, whenever you say I need you, I'm there. It's all good.
I
I
appreciate you,
love you.
Jay. Blessings to your family. Stay safe, stay
Love you.
clean,
All right.
all the good stuff. All
I
right,
ain't
let me
going
sign
nowhere.
off of this. You said I ain't going nowhere. Ah! All right. Woo! Dave
All
Tolliver,
right.
ladies and
See y'all.
gentlemen. Give it up for Dave Tolliver. That was so awesome. That was so, so, so awesome. It's a beautiful thing to have great friends who will and I have so many. I'm lucky to be connected to a lot of really awesome people who will show up for a sister. So I'm grateful for that. The conversation that we had about Black men and them finding their place in America is a real conversation. I've had it with my husband, I've had it with my brothers, I've had it with several men in my life who are like brothers and random brothers. I think that it's really important for us to start opening up that dialogue because it's easy for them to feel. It was a point where Black women were like the lowest thought of, right, in this country. But now there are a lot of really great initiatives that are helping us to continue to move forward as women of color. And, we got Black Girl Magic, we got Black Girl this, and we need more of it. I'm not saying that we should have less of us. I'm just saying the same way we look at what we see in television and reality TV and we feel like it's not a balanced narrative, we need to really make a conscious effort to include our Black men and their greatness and all that they are in a lot of what we do. And I think that the only way for us to survive as a community and as a group of people is if we reconnect with our family. And speaking of families, I know a lot of us are like this with certain family members and people that we love and we care about. I'm going through some shit in my own family, just to keep it all the way real with you. But every member of my family knows that I love them dearly, even if we need some time apart. And I feel like it's important for me to say it because a lot of people that I know have been, in a space where either friendships or relationships with family members or friends who are like family members have been strained due to this quarantine and the uncertainty in the world. And I just want to say, hold on, don't let go. Be strong. Stay connected. Know that you have to depend on each other to get through this. Family is worth the fight. Friendships that are long term are worth the fight. And right now, it's hard for everybody, but we do it better if we do it together with strong bodies, minds, and spirits. And if you know someone in your family or a friend or whoever it is has a propensity to be, or mentally going through some things here and there, consider that in all of your actions, because it's hard to find people who love you unconditionally and are going to have you back no matter what. So you have to treat those people with respect and kindness and understanding. So I know it might be tough in the crib or in the relationships, but if it's worth fighting for, it is worth fighting for. Not if it's worth fighting for. Well, no, because some shit ain't worth fighting for. Shade. Some people you just need to get rid of. Hello. Send them name walking papers. But you know who the people in your life are that deserve the fight. So if it's worth it, continue to fight. I love all my family members. Every single solitary one of my family members is worth it. I love all of my friends, who are truly my friends. Now, there's a couple folks out there that I discovered were fair weather friends, but that's another conversation that we're going to have. When on Wednesday, I am joined by Stacy J. Johnson, aka Just Date Girl, Lucia Ash, Lash One on Instagram, Christine Beatty. Oh yes, we finna get Kwame up out of here, and hopefully I can get Shanita Foster back on. I'm also going to be joined by the Hair Diagram, Funky Deneva. Can y'all believe that me and Funky Deneva finna be on a She Speaks Live episode together, honey? The shade of it all. And I would love to hear from you guys. This is a new live. This is something that I'm doing because I feel like we need a voice and a platform and an opportunity to share our stories and what's important to us and to grow and to have information available. So that's the reason I created this platform. And we'll be back on AIB TV soon once the coast is clear. I want to get back into the studio and be fancy and whatnot, but I'm not going to stop these lives because I feel like it's an opportunity for us to stay connected. So grateful for my brother, Dave Tolliver. I know he was I thought he would go come out here and stake a song and talk about some music and sell some stuff, but Dave was over here talking about all kind of shit that's as real as it gets. And I respect that, black man. I respect that you have an opinion. I respect a lot of what you had to say, and I'm so grateful that you joined my She Speaks Live tonight. Okay, so thank y'all for bearing with all these technical difficulties. I know I'll be saying 10:30 and it'd be more like 11:45, but I show up. Might not be on time, but I show up. And when I show up, I show up. And like I said, I ain't sipping nothing in this cup but water. Mm. Shout out to all my keto people. I've lost more weight. I got some skin that I'm gonna have to figure out. So if anybody could tell me about how you handle the excess skin here and there and back there, it's all over the place. I need to figure that out. Anybody has any feedback on laser treatments and nothing that requires cutting, but if you have any input or information on beauty treatments that will help me tighten up my skin for my 50th birthday, because I'm going to be fine as frog hair, please let me know. Drop a line. All right. Thank y'all for watching She Speaks Live. Thank you for enjoying She Sings Live. Tonight it was He Sings Live. It was my brother Dave Tolliver. Like I said, Wednesday night is going to be on fire. We are talking about people do anything for clout, fake friends. Ooh, that's going to be so good. It's actually fair weather friends, I think. But and we're talking about whether or not people are taking this corona stuff seriously enough, right? So gonna keep bringing y'all the information. I hope you guys watch. It would really help me if you logged on to shespeakslive.com right now and registered. If you're onto YouTube, subscribe to No Ego TV's YouTube channel, please. But you should be seeing this thing on She Speaks Live, Periscope, Facebook, and IG. I'm sorry, but there's nothing that allows me to get to y'all right now. Nothing that I understand. Okay, let me sing a little something for y'all real quick, because this is She Sings Live and my inaugural segment, so I'm gonna sing something for y'all. You looked into my eyes. You said to me that night that you would never cheat on me or break my heart. Inside, I never knew your love was so true. I thought that I was your only. Boy, was I wrong, so wrong. Never do something that'll catch up to you. You did me wrong, you told me lies. Never do something that you live to regret. You hurt me so bad, babe. Deep in my heart, I feel sorry for you. You had to lose a damn good thing. Loving me could have been good. Losing my love was a shame, baby. I heard it through the grapevine that you ain't feeling too fine. And I hope that you feel much better. Yes, I do. 90s R&B. Hey, 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 hey. That felt good. 90s R&B. Follow 90s R&B on Instagram if you want this hat. You can buy it at She Shops Live on the She Speaks Live website. And yeah, we're at an hour and 13 minutes. So my ass is going to go on ahead on and get off this live. You guys have a beautiful, safe, clean, happy, successful life, corona free. And I'll see you guys Wednesday night when my co hosts will be back. Thank you, Dave Tolliver. I love you, brother. And thank all of you for watching. God bless.